Okay, here we go. Okay, we're live. So tonight we have with us X Country Adventures, and we're going to be talking to him about a few things. But let me introduce you to him. This is Brian.
Hello.
And below Brian, we have, of course, our very own Robert Rojo.
Hello, chat.
And I think Kim will be coming in a little while. So any of you who are missing Furball, he'll be here a little bit later. Um, we're going to go ahead and go straight um, into the interview. And as people enter, they'll have questions and they'll go on on the chat. Hold on. Let me go into live chat. Very, very good. There we are. So
No.
I'm going to start with some just basic questions. Were you raised in California?
Yes, yes, I was raised in Northern California on a cattle ranch, 15,000 acres.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah.
Does your family still have that?
No, our when I turned 18, the ranch was sold. Cattle prices went down, and it was very hard to keep a ranch that big when the cattle prices were dropping. So.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I loved the ranch. Had plenty of opportunities as a young kid, and to go out and create your own adventure right out of the house. At times my brother and I would get together and go down into the creek and set up a little camp and have a campfire and do our own little thing. So we had a blast.
So, are you on a ranch now?
No. Once the ranch sold, then I moved into town. So it's a life-changing event for sure. From going from since you were born to 18, living on a cattle ranch, and then having to move to town. It's a kind of a culture shock for you.
I bet.
I imagine
I
so.
bet. So what kind of things happened on that ranch that you bring into your life now? Because certainly there's that the rancher is still there. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's the sense of adventure that I had out there as a kid, and then when I moved to town, and having to work on owning a home, having a job, paying the bills, I kind of lost that sense of adventure that I had out at the ranch. And about probably 3-4 years ago now is when we kind of introduced it back into our lives, and that's kind of where the YouTube channel got started.
And I gotta say, what a hell of a way to do that. If you excuse my language, but one of your first videos that I watched, you're in a lawn chair with paragliding. Is that what it's called? That cell thing?
Yeah.
And there's a fan in the back behind you.
Yeah, it's actually it's called a paramotor, and what it is it's an oversized paragliding wing, and you have a backpack that has a 2-stroke motor on the back that spins a prop. I do the foot launch, so as a backpack, I get the wing up over my head, I take off running, I give it throttle, and up you go. There are some other units that are trikes with 3 wheels, or you can get the quads with 4 wheels. It's just a little cart that you sit in, and then it has the motor attached to it, and then as you give it throttle, the wing comes up and then you take off.
So I'm going to ask a question. You're married, yes?
Yes.
And so what does your wife say when you say, honey, I'm going to sit in a lawn chair, I got a fan behind me and like a parachute thing, and I'm going in the sky?
I'm not sure really what she thought, but she knows I have an adventurous soul, and she knew that it's something that I really wanted to do because I put a lot of research in it a year prior, and she knew it was something that I really loved and wanted to do, and she yeah, no complaints from her.
Oh, wow. Wow. I think I would have been scared to death sitting on the ground watching that happen. Just, I know Furball has teased a couple times about wanting to have a lawn chair with balloons.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
And that's the first thing I saw. I shared the video. He was on there with me. We were on Zoom, and I said, "You got to see this video because it reminds me of you. It was on you and you, and there you go, taking off." And I just found that extraordinary.
Yeah, before I got into the sport, we actually went down to the Salton Sea in Southern California and got with an instructor there and spent a week with him. He's a certified instructor, um, walked us all the way through it, all the classroom stuff that we needed to know, to out in the field of how to control the wing and then into flight. By the time I left there, I had over 21 launches and landings.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that I think that kind of helped the wife too, knowing that I was under good hands and good instruction, that I wasn't just trying to go out on a football field and try to attempt this all by myself. So
Well, that makes me even feel better because I think there is something to wanting to be adventurous, but it tells me that you take what you do very, very, very seriously. Hey, Furball, it is the same link I sent you earlier if you want to come in. But hi, Furball. Hope your headache's better. That's my guy. Yeah, there you
yeah.
go. So then the next video I'd watched was with Miss B,
Oh yes.
and she was in an ATV,
Yeah.
and I think it was her first ride.
Yeah. It was her very first four-wheeler that we bought for her, and just over here by the house we have an empty lot, and she went out there and rode it for the first time, and I wanted to document that.
She did a great job. I mean, it's her first time, and she just acted like she had just
Mhm.
was. It was just part of her.
Mhm.
So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Go ahead.
go ahead.
um yeah, so with the channel and the paramotor stuff that you see on there, I mainly videoed those launches and landings to critique myself, to make sure that I had I was launching the wing like I should. If I was doing something wrong, I can go back in the video and see that. And I started building this pile of videos, and I figured I needed to do something with it. And I already had the YouTube channel and I didn't have any content on it, so I started posting the videos on there. And then the toys started coming with my daughter and the four-wheeler. My wife and we bought a Razor Polaris. I think that was in one of the earlier videos too. My youngest daughter, we bought her a four-wheeler, a used one, and then I got the dirt bike. So yeah, it all kind of added on to itself after the paramotor, and I always liked making videos and editing, and I was never really good at it, and I wanted to get better, and this was the perfect opportunity to do it.
Well, I
Val,
watched. Yes.
what do you do for a living, Brian?
Firefighter.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for your service very much.
Thank you.
And you were very busy in California.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Firefighter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hey, Paul.
Hello, Cam.
So, Brian, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you go in and oh, you did. You said hi, X Country
Yeah.
Adventures. I just wanted to make sure that people could go in and catch you. So I saw when you were riding the ATVs and the dirt bike up into Dumont, sand dunes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at one point you went to Winnipeg.
Winchester Bay.
No, I'm sorry. It's not that. It's Winnemucca,
Oh, Winnemucca. Yep.
which
Nevada.
I've been through, and you
Mhm.
did a lot of your bloopers around that.
Mm-hmm.
But you seem to involve your family in all the fun things you do.
Yeah, from when I left the ranch to coming to live in the town that I live in now, and then building the family, we really it was hard to pay the bills, to work, to have family time, and it seemed like that was just you go to work, you come home, you wake up the next day, you go to work, come home, and we didn't really have anything in our lives to adventurous type. We didn't take any trips or do any fun type stuff. So we came to a point, my wife and I, we sat down and said, hey, we're going to look at our budget. We're going to tighten up. We're going to live off beans and rice as long as we can and save up a whole bunch of money and then buy the stuff that we need to go out and have fun. So I think in 2 years, we saved up about $40,000, and we bought the toy hauler, the Polaris, the dirt bike, and the quads. And we made a vow that we every year we would go out at least 4 times at least, and go out on these little adventures and spend some quality family time. And
That's
this,
really cool. That's really cool, Brian.
And we wanted to do this now, while the kids are young. Yeah, we could have saved up a lot of money and done it later. But the kids may be out of the house or in the teenage years where they didn't really want to hang out with mom and dad. So we're building this into our kids now, that when they get to their teenage years and then when they get into adulthood, they will bring their families along with us to these same locations that we have done while they were young. And and hopefully it'll just revolve that way as the years go on. When they have their families, their husbands, their kids, we can go all out and enjoy it all together.
I saw your young girl. She's flying up a sand dune.
Oh yeah.
In an ATV, and I was holding my breath because at the beginning of that, you showed a broken clavicle, and I was so worried it was her, because I must not have been paying enough attention if you said who it was in the beginning, but I stuck with that whole thing going, oh no, oh no, oh no, because she is like born to this.
Yeah.
And what an adventurous spirit she has.
Yeah, she does. And she's a lot like her dad, where if she's trying to learn something, she'll put all that she has into it and she wants to figure it out. And she'll keep going until she does. Yeah, she impresses me every time we go out. Her progression on how she's writing, it's just amazing.
Well, and I want to tell people watching, it's those videos are really good. Watching, I mean, if you want to watch a family just go out and just to the wall in their adventures and in their fun, that's when you're going to want to watch, because that was so interesting to see the first time she ever gets on an ATV, and then what happens as she keeps going. She's flying up those sand dunes. I would not do that. I would not do what she's doing. I would go very slowly.
Yeah, she's actually outgrowing that 125 she's on. She actually needs a 250.
Oh wow.
The 125, it does good in the trail riding, like up in the forest, but when it comes to sand, she needs a little bit more horsepower, a little bit more wheel spin to get up some of the hills that she wants to go up.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to upgrade here.
I was watching her go up, just really going up fast. And hey, Bird in the head, Simon, she's going up, and you can't see what's on the other side. Then how does she? I would have been terrified, and she's just hits it, just keeps going.
So what a lot of people don't see in other videos and also in mine, if you see someone going up and over a dune like that, they've already done it once before. We already know what's on the other side. Um, we usually have a spotter up top. That way, if someone else is riding around up top, that you're not going to fly over and hit them. So you always make sure you got a spotter up top. But yes, when she goes to jump something like that, she's already taken it slow. Oh, hold on a sec. Yeah, sorry, family just got home.
Okay.
Where was I?
Because you don't know that when you're watching it. And she is just, I mean, all of you, I mean, on your dirt bike also, when you were flying up the hill, I just thought, but I could tell you were following her. You were making sure everything was staying safe. And I thought, what a good dad you are. Really good dad.
Yeah. Thank you.
I also, okay, so you also do some fishing.
Magnet fishing.
Magnet fishing, yeah.
Explain that to me.
So magnet fishing is a sport that I just learned about here last year. And what it is you take a high powerful magnet, you tie a rope to it, and you throw it off of a bridge, drag it across the bottom of the river, and then if there's anything that's metal, that magnet's going to click to, and you're going to be able to pull it out of the water and see what you find. It's a treasure hunt, more than less.
Oh.
I've always done metal detecting, but yeah, last year I just came across the magnet fishing. So one bridge that we hit, we pulled up probably about 10 railroad spikes, a lock, a couple tools. I think it was a roofing hammer, like an old roofing hammer we pulled out.
Okay.
So, but there's people that are pulling out like old knives, old guns, tools, signs, anything in history that is fallen off that bridge that is metal, that magnet's gonna click to, and you're gonna be able to pull it out. So
yeah, I've seen some pull out safes.
Oh yeah, right.
Some of the British ones I've watched, they pull out safes.
Yep.
You kind of wonder what they're thinking as they're walking across the bridge with a safe on their shoulder. Yeah, I'm tired of holding this. I think I'm just going to throw it to the side.
Right.
Gee, I wonder where they got it.
Right. We can't open it. I'll let the water work its magic. So it's basically metal detecting, but for water.
Yeah. So you're just using a magnet and you're just dragging across the bottom of the water, and yep, it's gonna.
So it's not actually fishing to fish.
No, you're fishing for old metal. That's what you're fishing for. Yeah, history.
Wow. So, and I'm sorry if I forgot it. I was typing into the chat, but so do you do regular metal detecting then?
Yes. Yeah, I do. I have made one video of metal detecting, but I have not posted that.
Okay, because I thought, I somehow missed it. So guys, you know how I do my interviews. I go through the channel and watch as many videos as I can. So I kind of get a feel for the adventure that someone's, right? Mm-hmm. So in your family, you have a lot of adventure. Do your kids like doing that too, magnet fishing?
Oh yes, they loved it. Yeah, we took the first time. It was only Brooklyn and I that went out, and that first bridge we didn't find anything, but the second bridge we ended up taking the whole family with us, and they all sat on my wife and my youngest daughter sat on the tailgate, and my oldest daughter and I we went down to the water there and threw the magnet in. So, and we live streamed it too, which was kind of fun.
Oh, did you? So I want to say while we're here, I want to say hello to a few people in the chat. I just saw Carpenter Rick come in, Simon, a bird in the hand, Phantom Flight, got you on working on a video. Oh, Phantom Flight 101's in the house. We also have Rick Halber came in. Corey Mano, how you doing? Canadian Drone Hub, of course, Roger. Oh, Roger, yeah, I heard you had trouble with your truck. So always sorry to hear that. Let's see. I know there's other people. Mana, Kim's in the house. Roger. We have Brian, X Country Adventures, and Paul Murray is in here. Destination Chronicles. If I miss anyone, believe me, it's not my intention. Food, forest, permaculture. Loving your videos. You're going to make me have to come and see you because I saw all that stuff you did with that roasted vegetables that you have going still. Oh my gosh, it just makes me hungry every time I watch your videos. He's oh, okay. So Roger. So Robert wants to know what kind of magnet and where do you get them?
I bought mine on
Robert?
Amazon. It was Brute Magnetics. We bought it, I think it was around $70.
Wow.
You know, Amazon Prime, you gotta love it. It's there in 2 days. So yeah, it had the case, the rope, the magnetic or the magnet. I believe it's a 1,200 pound magnet. And it has the rope and the carabiner that goes with it. But yeah, the whole setup.
So, oh, hi JDS. Where do you get your ideas on what you're going to do? Because you know we're looking at ATVs. You flying with the fan strapped to your back. Well, it's more than that, but you know what I mean. And now you're into magnetic fishing and lots of other things. And
Yeah.
where do you come up with? Okay, so now we're going to make this next step.
You know, if it's something that you have interest in, you say, hey, I would love to go do that. You know, if you've seen it on YouTube or seen it on TV, you just got to go out and try to do it. I mean, it's live every day to its fullest. The dirt bikes and the trail riding, sand dunes, that all came from when living out the ranch with all the cattle. We always had dirt bikes and quads and that kind of stuff. Then when I left the ranch, you know, then all that went away. So that's where the dirt bikes and the quads came back in because I enjoyed it as a kid and I wanted to do it again. The paramotor stuff kind of comes from the ranch too. We had 2 airplanes that were under the corporation. We had a Super Cub and a Cessna, and my uncle flew for the ranch. And as a little kid, waking up in the morning, I'd always hear him fire that old Super Cub up, and I'd go running down the hill as fast as I could to the hangar so I could ask for a ride because I just loved flying with him. I always wanted to get my pilot's license and fly myself, but that takes a lot of time and a lot of money to do something like that, and even to own the plane. So I always wanted to fly, and I found the paramotors online on YouTube, and I found that this is probably one of the cheapest ways that I can do to get up and fly like I want to. And I tell you what, flying the paramotor, it's like a dirt bike in the sky, you know.
Wow.
Just absolutely love it.
It's just fascinating. It is absolutely fascinating. All I could think of was a drone, and it's like almost, you know, strapping one to you and then flying.
Yeah.
And we know, oh, it says now, Kim, that might upset Roger. What are you doing, Kim? I don't know. I'm just reading what I put in the hand said. So I guess
I lost chat for a second.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm going to go in and I'm in top chat. So guys, if you're in top chat, make sure you put live because you don't always get everything that's coming through. So I watched the last, let's see, close to the last one. Were you in Colorado? No. Where were you? I forgot.
Was it the last video?
Was not. The last one was you did a live stream, and I watched some of that. Let me go back with X Country Adventures. Hold on.
Is it the hammer, wasn't it?
Yeah, the live stream that we did was just right from my garage. It was just something kind of fun to do.
Right. And that
with-
gave me an idea of how you travel with all your stuff.
Yeah, right.
You had a big van thingy.
It's a toy hauler. Yeah, it's an RV slash cargo trailer. You have all your RV stuff in it, but yet the tailgate falls down and you can load stuff up to the back and tie it into its tie down points. So
Yeah, because that was interesting because I was thinking, how does he get all this stuff out to the desert?
So the little quad goes up into the kitchen and we get it tied down. I now have a Can-Am X3 XRS, which is a UTV. Some people call it side by side.
Right.
That takes up the most of the trailer space, and then the Raptor 125 goes in the back of the pickup.
So how long do you stay out when you go out?
The places that we go, we've got to travel some distances to get to. When we go up to Oregon, it takes us about 6 to 7 hours. When we head over to Nevada, that's probably another 6-7 hours. And then when we go down to Dumont, that's a good 8-9 hour drive for us. So when we go to these places, we tend to stay about 10 days, maybe a little more. You know,
so are you taking a fifth wheel or something with you to camp, or do you have tents? What do you do? Because once you offload, that's a lot of stuff to offload just to repack it up and go to a hotel. Is it or no?
Well, what you're seeing, everything getting loaded into, it's called a toy hauler. So it is an RV. So once you get all the toys out, then the couch and the bed is lifted up into the ceiling for the toys to come in. And when the toys come out, you lower all that stuff down. So you've got a couch, a bed. There's another couch up against the wall that folds up that you can bring down. It's got a master bedroom in the front, bathroom, kitchen. It's got black water, gray water tanks. I got over 100 gallons of fresh water, propane. Yeah, the thing is loaded to go dry camping. With 4 people in that trailer, 10 days, we're getting pretty full on our tanks and have to be looking at either getting it emptied or head back in.
Right. I would think so. So have you done, because maybe I just missed it, did you do a video showing the inside of that?
Not so much. It's an idea that I've had that I want to do. I just haven't done it yet.
I would love to watch that. You know, how you have everything in it, you pull it out, and then it becomes the RV. What a great thing.
Right.
Oh my God, I had no idea. Okay. So, well, that answers a lot of questions for me, because I was thinking, what do you do? You know, once you get out there, I would hate to have to pull everything back in.
Yeah.
And then go into town.
Pack everything up and everything gets pushed to the side and room for the toys to come in. And once the toys are in, you pile more stuff in it and head home.
Okay, this might seem not like the brightest question in the world, but you go out to a place like Dumont, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there are a lot of people there. Are those all your friends? Or you just go and there are lots of people there?
So we generally go in a group, other friends, family that like to do the stuff that we do, and they have the toys. We all kind of plan it and try to schedule a date and time that we're going to be there so everybody can go. And then they tend to bring their friends or invite their friends. Therefore, we're meeting new people while we're there and making new friends. And
Nice.
And some of the people that we meet out there, we have become friends with. But it's
Yeah, and there's a point I would think that you have to kind of get to know these people enough to know you can trust them when you're out riding with them,
mm-hmm,
because here in Idaho we have a lot of ATV accidents
mm-hmm,
from people not doing what you do.
right.
They've flown over and all of a sudden there's a dip and it's just a big hole and they've landed one on top of each other. That was not but maybe 4 years ago up here. Or
Right.
they just don't do what you do. So
It,
what is your piece of advice to someone who's starting out doing ATVs in sand dunes, ski-doos and snow, those kind of adventures?
take it slow, learn it in steps, um, and just don't go over your limits, but just push them just a little bit each time, and progress slowly. Educate yourself. There's a lot of videos out on YouTube. Um, if you want to go to the sand dunes, there's plenty of videos out there that will teach you etiquette of riding in the sand. Um, yeah, I mean, that's just do your research. And it wouldn't hurt to find someone. I mean, there's Facebook groups out there that love to meet up with other people and to go out to these places. Get with someone that has the experience that can teach you.
So Simon, Bird in the Hand said, always have a first aid kit.
Yes. Yeah, very important. We got a big one in the trailer, and we generally carry some smaller ones in the rigs with us.
Destination Chronicle says, I know people who ski and snowboard on sand dunes.
Yep.
She says she's too much of a coward to do that. She actually teaches skiing and she won't do that. That would give me pause in Destination. If you won't do it, I wouldn't get near it either. So I know that when I go on YouTube and I watch like remodeling stuff, I mean, I've taken walls out in my house just by myself. I mean, it leads me into bad places sometimes. Do you find that with some people who go into, like, if I just watch the ATV of you at Dumont, I would think, oh, you're just going really fast up those hills, down fast. I would think that that's what you do, but it's not what you do at all. That's part of it after your kids get a lot of practice and you kind of scouted that area.
Right. Yeah, it's anything that you watch on YouTube, you're just watching the highlights. If you watch the last Dumont Dunes video that I posted, yeah, we've got our side by sides jumping 4-6 feet up in the air and ripping around in the dunes. But what people don't see is that the first day that we were there, we took it slow. We scouted the dunes. We looked to see who was out there. The sand changes so rapidly out there that it may be totally different than what it was, the previous year that we were there. So yeah, we take everything in steps, slow ride, look everything over. If we've done that and we see a spot that we want to do some jumps on and do some filming, I always take the jump slow. Just roll over it. Just see how it feels. And then the next one, we give it a little bit more throttle, come up off the, make a little jump. And then the next one, a bigger jump. So we're just testing it, and everything is taken into steps. And yeah, you don't see that so much in my videos and other videos that you watch out there.
So Logan wants to know, guys, how much gas y'all bring to last a week or weekend when you're in the middle of nowhere?
So the trailer holds 40 gallons. That's for the onboard generator, and also it's got a fuel nozzle on it so we can fill the toys. So along with the 40 gallons in the trailer, I carry another 20 gallons in fuel jugs, and that tends to be enough while we're out there. And then whatever is left at the end of the trip, I generally just dump that into the pickup, because I pull everything with a gas motor. So It's
Oh.
nice if you got any spare fuel, you don't have to carry all that weight home. You just dump it right into the truck. So yeah, so 40, 50, 60 gallons. That's how much we take.
Wow. Wow.
If we have to,
Still,
we run into town and get some more if you have to.
it doesn't sound like it's really that much to bring with how you're riding, right? Because you're going fast. It must be burning gas pretty good.
The
But
sand, you burn a lot of gas because it's a lot of wheel spin to get up those dunes. So your machine is hitting a lot of RPMs.
yeah, I
But
saw
it's
Miss B sitting on her
yeah,
ATV and her wheel was spinning in the sand. I mean, she was going nowhere.
yeah, and that's even with paddles too. So,
Oh wow.
but it all depends on how much you ride too. There might be some days that we only ride once or twice, or there could be a day that we ride all day long. The weather, it might get real windy or real cold, and you might just not want to ride that day. It's a vacation, so.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I think your vacations look like a hell of a lot of fun. They just look like so much fun. Looks like a
and then,
place I could actually probably get myself killed.
so with the channel, and this is kind of the progression of how oh, there goes my green screen. Hold on a sec. So it was probably about 3 or 4 years ago. I decided in myself that I wasn't going to watch any more TV. I played a lot of video games on the computer.
Right.
So I took the TV, the video games out of my life, and I wanted to become bored, because you'd be amazed what boredom can do to you. You tend to find things that normally you wouldn't, because you're being entertained by other things. So yeah, once I took out the TV and the video games, I got into the paramotor. We got into all the toys, with the dirt bikes, the quads, and all that, and then the YouTube channel. So with all this extra time now that I'm not being entertained by other things, I'm putting a lot more time into the learning how to build a channel and make good videos.
Well, let me ask you a quick question. One of your last videos, there was a drone there, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, I
That
got a
did some
drone.
filming. You
Mhm.
do?
Yeah.
Okay, just for our drone family out here, what kind of drone you have?
The DJI Mavic 2 Pro.
Oh, nice. That's
And
a nice one.
the reason I got that one is I like the folding capabilities of it, where I can fold it up, put it in a backpack, and cruise out on the dirt bike, and to go out and get footage.
Yeah, you did a good job on the footage.
I'm trying.
You did a good job.
I got a couple stories on that.
Yeah, the Mavic 2 though, Pro is just such a nice one.
Yeah.
That's such a nice one. Why did you decide to get that?
Because I
It's
think
not
at that
just easy packing.
I think at that time that was the newest drone that everybody wanted, and I seen a couple other YouTube guys that I was following that recommended it and reviewed it.
Yeah.
So I said, that's the one I gotta have.
Washington County News would like to know, he said, X Country, have you ever been to Sand Hollow?
No, I haven't been to Sand Hollow. Is that where is that at? Is that
Washington County News is
that
down in St. George. Is that the area, Washington County News? Because there's a lot of desert with St. George.
Yeah. We normally ride up in Oregon, Winchester Bay. This year we're going to go to Coos Bay for the first time. It's sand dunes that is right next to the coast. We normally do a trip to Nevada, go ride the dunes there, and then Dumont has been one of our favorite places to ride. Not only of the sand that you can ride all day in, but you can throw your knobby tires on and go out in the desert and go check out old mine sites and stuff.
Wow.
So
Destination says she loves Coos Bay.
yeah.
And Washington County News saying yes, St. George. So that's where I was thinking it would be. So let me ask you some questions. So let's move on to YouTube because you have a. When I was talking with Dylan last week, he had brought up the fact that you have a couple ways in which you look at YouTube to for furtherance of your channel, and you've only really been working hard on YouTube for the past year, and that's the way it looks on your YouTube channel. You can see you start putting out a little more content this past year. There we go. So, can you tell me what is do you have a philosophy that you work when you're thinking of YouTube? Because some people just take it and they throw everything on it. Other people kind of niche it up a little bit. What would be kind of your philosophy for your channel?
For my channel, I shoot for quality in my videos. The last Dumont Dunes video that I did, I had 30 plus hours of film, and it took me over 3 weeks to actually edit that.
Oh, wow.
What I believe is if you make quality content, that's the stuff that people 10 years from now are going to come back and watch. The quantity, I feel more into, like the live shows. We did a few. We started a live show. Had a couple guests on. Want to continue it, but I just kind of ran out of time with everything. But that's where I was going to get my quantity. Was in the live shows, and just some normal live chat in the shop type stuff. So I really do believe in quality. And I'm trying to learn more and more, add a little something different every time I put a video out.
So I just brought up your videos. So this is the thing. Okay, can I share your page?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So as you're doing that, to kind of sum the channel up real quick, it started with a paramotor, and then it turned into a family channel. And now what we're finding now is that when we go out on these adventures, we're finding very interesting people with adventurous type stories, and we're really trying to capture that. If you've seen the Dumont trip, there was a video just before that. It was called the Colorado Sandrails, and
Right.
This was a group of guys that I met out there. They were actually camped a couple hundred yards from us, and they there it is right there, the Colorado Sandrails. And I started talking to the guys, and they said, yeah, they're from Colorado. They came all the way to California to run the rails. I said, hey, do you mind if I chase you guys around with GoPros? I've got a drone. I could, film you, because I always get permission if I'm going to do any, close flying with drones or anything like that around these guys. And they said, no, that we have no problem with that. So I did that. And then when I came home, I put all that video together, and I made a video just for them, just for their group.
Oh, nice.
And I've got so many remarks, comments back from the people that were in that group, just saying, thank you for doing that. And I enjoyed doing it. So,
yeah, let me just point out a couple things that I noticed. Most of your stuff, right? I'm looking at the Dumont dunes and the Colorado Sandrails. You have almost 400 views on that in and of itself, and then 472. I mean, and then you have 100 on some things, 1.9 a year ago. Your videos, the quality, first of all, is top notch. But this is the thing I want to talk to you about. Your subscribers, for as many people that watch these videos, and they are spectacular, you have 402 subscribers.
Right.
So talk to me a little bit about that. Hey, Joe McAtack. Sorry, Brandon.
So you want to go on the subscriber? Is that what
Yeah,
you're?
let's talk about that a little bit.
All right, so talk about YouTube. YouTube's a tricky game. Um, YouTube, I see a lot of people giving YouTube a bad name. Like, but they're a company; they're in it for the money. But
Yeah,
they need creators, and they need good creators, and they need new creators. So if you build the good content, um, YouTube will start advertising it. The 400. See, I was at, after when I first started with just family and friends, I think I was around like 60 or 70 subscribers. And then I found that I needed to start reaching out and getting to know the other creators that are kind of in my niche. Other people that are out there riding sand dunes, paramotors, doing the same kind of stuff that I'm doing. I get on their channels, watch their videos, leave comments, ask them questions, and just trying to be a part of the community. And I've actually gained some subscribers by doing that.
right.
Getting on, I do drone stuff, and that's how I found Claude, and I've watched some of your stuff, Val. There's a lot of live stream shows just all around drones, and
Right.
just getting in there and talking to some of those folks. um, I've 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 got a few subscribers that are quality ones from those shows. I met a few guys that actually do what I do and go out and ride sand dunes. Those are the quality subscribers that you want. The ones that I despise is the sub for folks. I do believe I have some of those. I think that's part of the 402. Not so much that I sub them, but they tried to sub me so I could sub them back. Those guys will hurt your channel. It'll burn it to the ground faster than you can blink. It is really bad business. It can drown your channel.
I've seen a lot of channels who go on and they're like, I'll sub you if you sub me. And I get it. I get it because it's hard. It's hard to grow. It takes time. And I do think that when you're in those things, it can be really hard. Now, one thing to be said is once they see your channel, if they give it time to look at it
Right.
and they like it and they come back, then that's a win-win. But that's not usually what happens with those kind of quick fly-by-night channels. They come in, they sub, they go away, and you never see them again.
Right. And so how that hurts your channel is, say I have my Dumont Dunes video posted. I just posted it. So YouTube and their algorithm, they have no clue what this video is about. So they're not going to promote it. Okay. So I post the video. I usually go out to my social media, Instagram, Facebook, all that. I get all my friends and everybody that I know to watch the video, which helps because it kind of boosts the algorithm up saying, hey, this video is getting some views. But still, YouTube's not going to promote it just yet because it wants a few days or a few weeks to gather data to see if this video is worth promoting. So once I download that video, I got all my friends watching. So what YouTube does is now it takes it up to a level of your subscriber base. Okay, so with the video that you posted, goes to your subscribers. Now, how many of those subscribers are going to watch that video? Now, if you have a sub for sub type people that never watch anything you post, that's going to actually tell YouTube's algorithm that, hey, this video might not be all that good because only 10 of his 400 subscribers are watching this video. So why are we going to take it up to the next level? That makes sense?
It does to me.
And the other way it can hurt you is if someone wants to do a sub for sub and they get onto your channel, they pick the first video or the last video that you posted, they go in there And as the video's playing, they write a comment and they give it a like and they back right back out. Well, what that's telling the YouTube algorithm is that's clickbait. It's saying that you've got something interesting in your thumbnail or your title. Someone jumped into it real quick. They didn't like it and they backed right out. So YouTube is considering that clickbait, and that's not a video that they want to promote.
Right.
So that's the sub for sub. Yeah, that's you want quality.
Right.
sub.
I was telling people that someone came in and they botted my channel. So all of a sudden on a channel with just Kim and I talking to people, I get over 2,000 views overnight.
Wow.
No, not a lot of watch time, just 2,000 views. It worked on killing my channel. I got rid of the actual video, right? Because it made it look like my watch time was, I was lucky if people spend a minute with me.
Right.
It really did hurt it. And I think it might have been done on purpose. Can't imagine how it would have gotten out there that people would have done that. But I think that you're right. If people just go in, back out, they're not there. Oh, okay, Robert, it does hurt the channels. Yeah. And so why would you want that?
Yeah, if you truly like a creator as a person, but you don't really like the content that they're posting, don't subscribe to them. I mean, that's actually doing more for that person than it is subscribing and not watching any of their stuff. It'll hurt it. You mind if I go into a little bit about YouTube and how the algorithm kind of works when you post that video?
Love it. I would love it. Go ahead.
All right. So the way I see it, I'm not a professional. This is just the kind of stuff that I learned within the year of doing research and whatnot. But what YouTube is looking for good content. They want stuff that people are going to watch, because that's how they add their advertisements in, and that's how they make money. YouTube, from what I understand, in the coming years, they're actually going to look for longer videos, not these 5-10 minute videos, but they're going to actually look for like 30-minute, an hour, possibly more, because I think they're kind of revolving to more of a TV type platform, rather than a short video. Find your niche, find something that you love to do, that you know a lot about, and just start posting. If it's drones, go in and start doing the drone stuff.
I was always told, Brian, that because I tend to do some longer videos. First of all, live streaming is always long, but my keto videos, they can, if I'm showing someone from beginning to end how to make something, it can be a longer video. And I was told, someone told me, no, you got to make it really fast. People are like this kind of quick society where they want to know your information in a minute. So just bing, 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 done. And I thought, but that is so not enjoyable for me. I don't want to do videos that are a minute and a half. And most of our guys in here also can do longer videos of flights of some beautiful stuff. And they can't get it done in an hour, a minute and a half, or even sometimes 3 minutes. Some of these flights, if you're watching the whole thing or a drone build, it takes time. And I particularly want to see every little thing when I'm watching those, because I'm watching them for a reason. I'm trying to learn something.
Right. Yeah, the human being, the attention span is very short. So you do have those viewers and the subscribers that want to see, the step-by-step stuff, but there's other people that just want to be entertained too. So it's tough trying to do a step-by-step and to make it quite entertaining. Is very, very difficult. Maybe that's where you need to step aside and do like a 2 or 3 minute Fun Fact Friday or something like that, and have those shorter videos, but yet also do the longer videos on another day.
Right. Right.
You know, give the people that want the shorter videos that, and then the step-by-step viewers also get their day. So yeah, so if people are having problems with their channel, one of the things that you need to look at, and one of the things that is very important, is thumbnails. That I would consider that, like, other than the quality and the content that you're posting. I mean, you got to have a good story. You don't need all the fancy equipment, but if you have a good story, and you can tell it, you can generally pull in a good subscriber base, views, watch time. But once you have that in place, make sure you've got good thumbnails. You know, if you're doing drones, you know, type in drones in the search field on YouTube and see what pops up, what catches your eye. If your channel's not catching your eye and someone else's channel is, maybe you need to improve on your thumbnails. And something that I think in the last 3 videos I did, I'm starting to work more on the thumbnails. And there's a website that I was using. It's called, let me look here real quick. Canva, Canva thumbnails.
I love Canva.
It makes it really easy to make some really popping thumbnails. So after thumbnails, something else you need to look at is your titles. Titles are very important. I consider them as if you're out fishing and you're wanting to catch all these different types of fish, right? These titles are your bait. So for example, in my videos, say the Dumont Dunes, I put that in my title, Dumont Dunes. So anybody that does a search for Dumont Dunes, that's going to pop up. But I also add in California Dunes. So if someone types in California Dunes, that's going to pop up. So I'm throwing out 2 pieces of bait for that one video. And then I'll do another video of the Winnemucca Sand Dunes, Nevada Sand Dunes. That's more bait that's going out in the water. Winchester Bay, Oregon Sand Dunes. Each one of those titles is throwing another bait and a line in the water to catch, pull in a different crowd.
So I'm showing your channel now. So you also have, Riders of the Dumont Dunes, so California Sand Dunes.
Real quick, Val, click the playlist, or actually click home. I think it's organized a little bit better if you click the home.
Got it.
Right there. So then you have your the off-road adventures. So yeah, I got Riders of the Dumont Dunes, California Sand Dunes. So I'm collecting the Dumont Dunes search fields, the Sand Dunes search fields, and the California Sand Dunes search fields. Sand rails, I'm pulling in that crowd. Winnemucca Sand Dunes, Can-Am X3, I'm trying to pull in that crowd. I got the Jeep guys, I'm trying to pull them in on the Jeeps Can Fly. The Winchester, the Oregon people, I'm pulling them in. Dabbing into pulling in some magnet fishing folks, treasure hunting folks, X-Country Talk. That's another subject matter to get into. We might talk about that a little later if you got time, Val.
Okay.
But that's kind of capturing right there. I'm capturing treasure hunting people. The next one, I'm capturing hunting type people. You scroll down more, you're getting into the paramotor stuff. I'm pulling in paramotoring people.
Oh, that stuff is crazy good, guys.
So if I would have labeled all my videos sand dunes, that's only one bait in the water for the fish. So you're trying to grab different people. You guys know what I'm talking about?
I do. And I love your channel art, by the way. Just
thanks. And that's actually Winchester Bay right there that you're seeing with the dirt bike and the coast.
Beautiful.
But yeah, it's a library. YouTube's a library, and if you don't title your stuff the right way, no one's going to be able to find you. So that's big. So, you know, you got to look at it too. You know, who's in my niche too. You know, how many other big YouTube channels are out there that I'm going to be drowned under. Think about that too when you're doing your videos.
Legs would like to know how many tags should you put in it on a video?
So tags, um, so with the Dumont Dunes video, I think it was at the Riders of the Dumont Dunes, California Sand Dunes. So my tags, I tend to want to fill those up, but the first tag is going to be like your most relevant tag. That's going to be the priority tag, and then as it steps down through the tags, it gets less and less. So I think one of the first ones, like what Dumont Dunes in my tags, and then I have like California Dunes, so on, so on. And then I also break it down into just having a tag as like sand, a tag as dune, a tag as sand dune, because what the tags actually do as well, not only helping you get being able to be searched for, but it also relates your content to someone else's content. So when someone else is watching this other guy's channel, YouTube will go, oh, well, you just watched this sand dune video. Well, we've got another one that you should check,
Right.
because those tags are the same. It's using those relevant tags. Yeah,
it does give you 500 characters in which you can use.
right.
So if you say dune, you know, it's 4, right? Spelling that right? So that'd be 4 of the 500 that you can use.
Right.
So one thing that I've kind of realized that is if I have a title, and then in my title, in the description, I have that title, and then in my tag, I also have that title. YouTube recognizes that as kind of a synchronicity.
Yes.
And they will push your video just a teeny bit more. Maybe not a lot. It's, you know, it's not made me, you know, super popular, but it kind of tends to move me up a little bit.
Right. It definitely helps you to be promoted and to be searched for. A lot of people, they don't take the time and fill out the description part. Do that as well. Even if you have to type out what your video is about, what you did on your whole trip or whatever, put that in the description, because the algorithm actually reads that as the AI as like a person. It actually checks for grammar, misspelling. Don't overload it with like in my videos, the sand dunes. I can't put sand dunes, sand dunes, sand dunes, sand dunes, sand dunes, sand dunes all the way down, because it'll actually give me a negative mark. I think it's I don't remember the percentage, but it's like 10% of the keyword or something has to be in the description to fully benefit you. But definitely, yeah, put stuff in the description. Make sure that your tags are relevant to that, and also with your title. And don't put stuff in your tags that has nothing to do in your video, because that'll actually hurt you as well.
Right.
If I put paramotor in my tags, but I'm showing a sand dune video, yeah, that's actually going to hurt me, because the YouTube algorithm will actually kind of figure that out.
They kind of see it as clickbait, don't they? They go, why do you have this?
Right.
You're bringing people as nothing to do. But it would also explain why sometimes you'll go, I want to know about this particular subject. And then your top 5 things they show you, that this is sometimes don't have anything to do with what you just typed in.
Right.
So they have it in their tag somewhere that they are talking about it, even when they're not. I find that very frustrating.
Right.
Because I really have to go down the page to find it. And I think with the description, if you don't do a good description and they can't figure it out and you're monetized, they will not monetize that particular video. Because I think that was happening to me. I finally got a hold of YouTube and said, "What the hell?" And they go, "We weren't sure what it was about."
Right. Yeah.
And so they're serious about it. They want to know in that description, what is your video? What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
I have to get better with the descriptions.
You know, a lot of folks, you know,
It's
they'll take a note, you know, a notepad on the computer or Google, um, and they'll write up a couple paragraphs of what their channel is normally about, and they'll just copy and paste it, but then add in a little something extra that maybe you've done in there. Like for you, Val, maybe have something in your notes that says, you know, you fly drones, you do live streams. You know, just add more and more stuff of what your channel is about, and the video that's relating to that, and then add more down in the bottom of it. Could help.
So legs is making a statement. By the way, hey Drone Pool and Mac Attack, he said, I've been told by a couple of people I should stop using copyright music even though I'm not monetized. Is that something I should be worried about? That I only have 100+ subscribers.
I I only have 402 subscribers right now, and I'm actually using Epidemic Sound, and I believe I pay 15 or 20 bucks a month for it. Uh, YouTube's got a lot of free music that you can use, but I wouldn't copyright anything. I think that's just going to hurt you in the long run. And then if your channel does get big, and then that's a video that you're not going to be able to use in the future.
So one thing I think, Legs, to think about, I think you're right. If your channel gets bigger and you get monetized, you can go back and monetize all those videos. If they're like evergreen, is that what they call them? Like, okay, my waffle video. I was not monetized when I did my waffle, keto waffle video. It's on my drone channel video. It's before I started my other channel. And it is still getting every 7 days. This is 2-3 years ago. It's getting 50 views. It's still. So I monetized that puppy. I went back and I said, yes, I want my older videos monetized. And so it may be only a penny a month or whatever, but it's still evergreen. It's still producing. And if I had songs, because I use Epidemic Sound when I use music, if I had just copyrighted, they can come back and take it all.
Mm-hmm.
And so why be monetized when some of those videos may be so good? And Legs, you have some excellent videos. So that doc video, beautiful video. I would not use copyrighted music, but I know a lot of the guys do, because they don't see themselves getting monetized, or they're going to play Hope They Don't Catch Me, or maybe it won't mean anything, but it might.
Yeah.
You don't know when a video might go viral. You don't want to have to pay someone else that. Well, that's my humble opinion. Sorry, go ahead.
If you don't have the money for it, search YouTube. YouTube's got a link over in the, I think this is the Classic Studio, that has a library of free copyright music that you can use. I mean, that's where I kind of started. Yeah.
Yeah,
good business.
Yeah, I went immediately to Epidemic because I just didn't know what else to do. I just, if anybody could get caught, it would be me. So I just decided not to do it. Oh, Dylan. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. I did not know you were live. It's okay, Dylan. Yeah, we've been live for a little over an hour. So do you have more time you can give me?
Oh yeah.
Country?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. Hey, Michael Banny, how you doing, darling? So I guess, okay, so if somebody has, what do you do if you put out some videos and it's on your channel and they were just terrible in the beginning? My videos in the beginning, they weren't good. They weren't any kind of content. I mean, I couldn't even get my family to watch them. I mean, I'd beg them, please watch my video. And they're like, yeah, no.
Okay.
So what I just kept them up. Kind of this is where I started, you know. But what should someone do with those, do you think?
You know, I did the same as you, Val. My earlier videos, you know, I was using an old GoPro, didn't have the digital stabilization. I got a gimbal, and that kind of helped, but it still is not as good as the stuff I have now. But I still have those videos posted. I think it's a reminder for myself to go back and look at. It's still an adventure. It's still a story for me. I think it all depends on the person.
You know, I had a video of my dog here, Ranger. He's my husky wolf dog. And I put a GoPro on his back,
Yeah.
and I would
Yeah.
send those to my mom.
Uh-huh.
And hey, Tim, and the first thing that Kim said to me in that video, that's before we were dating, he said, that made me really dizzy. It was the worst video ever. It's like this.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have a walk like Lillian, a smoother walk. He just, and it was terrible. I posted it, I put it up.
So, and that's the thing for a lot of the people that have channels, but they don't have any content.
Ranger.
We all got to start somewhere. And if you never post anything and you always want the first video you ever post, you want it to be just perfect, you'll never get anything started. I kind of realized that in the first videos that I posted. I was like, I know this isn't going to be the greatest video, but you got to start somewhere. You learn as you go. So I think that's good advice for anybody out there that doesn't have content. Yeah, just get started. Got to start somewhere.
Well, your first ones did get quite a few views. What I noticed in yours was there weren't as many likes. It's like people weren't putting that together. There should have been a lot of them. They were great, but they weren't doing that. So I now ask people in my other channel, hey, if you like this content, hit subscribe, ring that bell, hit the like. I kind of say all that. I used to not do it at all. And I'd be lucky if I got a like.
Yeah, I actually, in the last couple of videos, I just started adding that into the videos of actually asking people to like, share, comment, subscribe. Because there are a lot of people that watch your stuff, but they have no clue what all that means. And if they may love your stuff, but they didn't know to give you a thumbs up, they didn't know to comment.
Or even to subscribe.
Yeah, right. There's a lot of people that I know that do the stuff that I do, and they don't watch YouTube. They think YouTube is a place to go figure out how to fix your toilet or something. You know?
Which is all good information I've used before.
It is, yeah. But
I'll tell you, I haven't subscribed.
Yeah,
to a lot of those channels, I don't go, wow.
But they don't really.
That's toilet video. Subscribe.
But they don't realize, that subscribing, giving that person a like, commenting actually helps that person in the work that he has done. People have no clue. So if you ask for it nicely, you might get 50% of the people doing it.
Well, I think so, because that was the only suggestion if I had one. And I'm not an expert, so giving advice is some kind, just something I'll do anyway. But I would definitely on your videos say, hey, if you like this video, go ahead and hit subscribe and you'll get more of these. For yours, I would absolutely say that without a qualm. Just come on, guys, because your videos have value to them. So let's see, Distorted FPV. I've watched toilet fixing videos on YouTube. Yeah, me too. Hey, Bird and Hand, thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. So if there was anything you could do right now, looking back at all your videos, is there anything you would have changed?
Well, there's something that I still want to change that I knew from the beginning, but it's kind of a fear of mine is I don't like seeing myself on camera. I don't like listening to myself on camera. So it was really hard for me to turn the camera onto myself. I mean, even doing live streams, it is a little difficult, but I'm pushing through, and I know it's something that I need to do and get comfortable with. You've got to tell a good story with YouTube creators in the videos that you post. And I liked making videos. I liked editing. I know I needed the story, but I just couldn't turn that camera. But I wish in the beginning I would have just done it. Just turn the camera on myself and talk to it like I'm talking to another person. I still feel in the videos that I do today that I need to turn that camera on myself more and do it. Yeah.
That was, I think I did my first live stream, well, 2.5 years ago, maybe longer. And I remember thinking, I don't know, I don't even have anything to say. And certainly being a woman who was getting close to 60, I am 60 now, but getting close to 60, I was like, who's going to listen to me? It was one of those things. And then I go on, I talk to people, and, you know, that was really hard for me too. And then having to go back and rewatch so that I could correct anything. And the next one was super difficult. It took time to get over that.
Mm-hmm.
But I know people who still aren't over it. When they do it, they won't rewatch. They won't think, so, okay, what could I have done to make this better? And I get it. A 3-hour live chat would be hard to watch it all over. But I don't know. It is hard. It is hard. And then you just kind of get used to it and say, well, people don't like it, they won't watch, so it's got to be okay. What can you do?
Yeah, with the 2 live shows that we did, I try to make it really structured, show base. We're bringing on adventurous type guests and interviewing them. I think what I'm going to do, we're going to start it back up again, but I want to make it less structured. I felt like there was too much tension. People weren't just loose and talking. So when we bring on the show again, I think it's just going to be a group of guys or gals sitting around just talking it up. I'm going to have notes and things to go off of that I need to talk about, but I don't think it's going to be scripted so much as I tried to do it. I tried to make it too good. But I've got some great guests lined up.
Oh, nice.
I've got a family right now that's traveling around the world in their sailboat. They want to come on the show. They're a small YouTube creator. I've got a Bigfoot hunter that wants to come on.
Oh.
Cody Moto, a dirt bike guy up in Washington. That one of the videos I made, he wants to come on the show. I've got who else? Oh, there's just a list of people that want to come on. So we're just trying to get adventurous type folks on to inspire others that, hey, there's this stuff that you can do out there. Just shut the TV off, shut the games off, and go out and find your own adventure. You don't need to, sit around, hang out at the house.
We did that a long time ago in this house. When my kids were smaller, we gave it up for Lent. Yeah, we won't get into religion, but that's what we did. And we said we weren't going to watch it. And the thing was, we just never turned it back on. It wasn't a rule, but the peace it brought in the house.
Right.
I mean, right now I can hear the TV. I have a roommate. I can hear the TV out there, and it makes me nervous. I like it when it's more quiet in my home. And so my kids don't watch a lot of TV because of that. They just don't. Oh.
Bless you.
Okay. Did I get it off in time?
You did.
Oh, good. I was
You're
trying.
good.
Usually I just sneeze over and over. Hey, Robert, are your earphones working now?
Yeah, they are.
Okay. I was just asking because you're holding your little...
Oh, I had feedback. I don't know what the hell it was. It was weird.
Was it mine? So... Okay, so let me go back because my little head went all kinds of places. So Ken, what you doing?
Mhm.
Okay, this is where I go. I tell people try not to move too much because I watch, and then I just keep going. So, so if you were going to give someone who's going to start a video channel, or even someone who's had a long time has been on it, your best piece of advice that goes across all brands of YouTube, what would it be?
I think the best advice that I have is look at your niche and what you're doing. Say Val, you're doing the drone stuff, right? Look at who is at the top of your market. You know, what kind of content are they bringing to their viewers? How good is their stuff? I'm not trying to say go out there and copy them, but try to get to their level and beyond their level. For myself, I'm researching a lot on how the film companies do their productions, how cameras are picking up different angles, editing different transitions that you can use, sound editing, color editing. You know, I'm trying to learn all this all at one time, and then each video I'm trying to get better and better and better at.
So let me ask you then this, because I hear that information, but not only do you have a couple children, a wife, a family, you go out 4 or 5 trips a year to sand dunes and other places to have fun. You're a firefighter. You do other things, certainly. Where are you finding your time, which has been a big topic on my channel lately? Where do you find your time to all of a sudden go, okay, I'm going to learn Premiere Pro. I'm going to do it like they do it at the movies because, you know, that is some good stuff, the movies, right? Where do you find that time to do all that? Because I really need to know.
It is very tough because I can look at my videos right now and tell you like 20 things that I need to do differently to it.
Mhm.
I just don't have the time to like that the edit that I did for 3 weeks was in the spare time of those 3 weeks, but I could have gone probably 3 weeks more to make the video even better. But I just don't have that time. I want to make more videos, different videos of the same trip, maybe some how-tos, how to ride in the sand, how to get your vehicle unstuck. I want to do that kind of stuff, but I just don't have the time. So maybe when I retire in 6 years, you'll see a lot more content.
How come you
'Cause
get to retire in 6 years?
I started early,
Uh,
so
they didn't tell me I get to do that. I start really early. I think I'm going to work till I'm 80.
now
That's what I get to do, I think.
I've got
I was
19
years.
19 years in right now, and I've got to have a 25 years in to retire.
Okay, that's not bad.
So yeah, I wish I had more time, because I definitely learned more. But yeah, any available time, like I said, I don't play video games. I don't watch TV anymore. So when I come home after work, spend some time with the family, eat dinner with them. We may watch a movie while we eat dinner, but once the movie goes off, I'm usually up till, 10, 11 o'clock anyways. So while everybody else is sleeping, I'll come to the computer and watch some videos and learn what I can.
Wow.
Lunch breaks at work, I'll do some reading and find that next problem that I'm having an issue with, and I'll try to find a solution for it. Driving, I've got a 45-minute drive to work. I'll listen to a YouTube podcast and try to pick up some info on the drive. You just try to fit it in where you can.
So do you listen to books or read books about how to overcome challenges through YouTube or other things like that? Or is it all podcasts?
I listen to a lot of podcasts and a lot of videos on YouTube.
Okay.
So that's kind of where I'm getting my information. I just don't have the mind and the attention span to read books. I would love to read books, but I can get a paragraph in and then I'm thinking about something else. I can't do it. So I've got to, I've got to listen to it on a podcast or YouTube.
Yeah, because what I'm doing is I listen to all my books on tape. That's the only way I can get through them.
I think
I'm
I
never
could.
sitting long enough to actually just read a book. But if I'm out walking or I'm taking my dogs or I'm doing something, I can always stick a book in my ears and listen.
I've been thinking about going the audio book route, and I have not tried it yet.
You might, if you do a lot of driving, which
Yeah.
you might do with your work, it does make a difference. It gives you that time to kind of just get the kind of books that you want to. The thing that I found fascinating about it is they said that if you read a book on a subject, you have more knowledge than 95% of the people because you read a whole book.
Yeah.
And I thought, how is that so? Is the same for listening? I don't know because I listen to all my books, but they have some fascinating ones out there about how to push yourself through points where you might stop. But I find it fascinating. I haven't really implemented a lot on them. I need to do that. But so where are you thinking that I gather that you think you have to bring value to your channel for growth.
Yes, I see a lot that's mistake in quite a few channels. Someone starts a YouTube channel and they want to be famous. You know, it's all about them. You've got to give value to your audience, either if it's entertainment or if it's how-tos, step by step. You got to give them something, and they'll give you that back in return. Build a community. Yeah.
So now you're doing you're doing some live chatting. I saw that on your channel. I've been following a little bit of how that's going. How's that going for you? What do you think?
Yeah, we've done a little bit of it, and I think it's just me kind of dabbling in the water, see if it's even for me. Like the last one was just getting ready for the Hammers shop talk in the garage. I didn't do much talking. I think it was Dylan and my dad that did most of it, but it was fun to do. I don't care if anybody doesn't like it. It was just fun to do, and Dylan and my dad said they want to do it again because it was fun for them. So
see, that's the thing with I think with live chats. We go on Sunday. I have a live chat, and on Tuesday we're just chatting and talking a little more random. And Monday is going to be when I do interviews. But I got to say, we do have so much fun.
Yeah, and that's how you build your community too. I mean, that's where you reach out and talk to the chat a lot more. Yeah, get to know your people.
It's a more one-on-one kind of thing. Yeah, it's just so much more intimate.
Right.
Though I do think content is probably, now that I'm just doing live streaming, I'm starting to realize that content really is what you have to have. Mm-hmm. That should be the main push. And then the live chatting should be, for me, I think it needs to be a little more about the content. So that's what I'm doing with my other channel, Val's Keto Life. It's the content, and there's no live streaming on it. I'll wait until I see how it goes, and then maybe go for some live streaming. But I don't think live streaming can take a lot of energy, whether you can see that depending on what you're doing. I don't know. Depending on how much you work, I don't know.
But there is a benefit into live streaming, though. Like we talked about, it's you building that community, that one-on-one time. You know, it's like being stuck in a big room with tons of people. You know, no one wants to be in the corner just watching it all unless you're really entertaining. They want to have their voice. They want to be seen. So I think in the live streams, they get that. You know, some people, they want that.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the guys that come to my channel and gals, I used to have 99% male audience, but it's growing now, and now it's not cross-border even by any means. but it's getting a little more. We're getting more females. Like Destination Chronicles was Blind comes in, Carly
Mhm.
and Darcy. So we're getting more flyers in, but it's taken a long time because it's such a male dominated sport. So it's just sometimes a little more challenging, I think. And I would think your sport would be about the same thing. It's probably a little more male dominated, or do you think not so much?
You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, the majority, but not so much.
Well, not with Miss B.
Yeah, right.
Miss B, she's gonna set the world on fire. That
No,
little one.
There's a lot of gals out there riding, and probably better riders than I am. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, Joe Mack is saying live streams are also an opportunity to talk with others from all over the world. I love it, and the company is so cool. Thank you, Joe Mack. Joe Mack lives in Dublin.
Thank you, Joe.
So Joe, what I call him, Joe Mack Attack. He's a great flyer. So, yeah. So we have people from all over the world that come in. So it's kind of nice. So guys, this is usually a Monday's going to be an hour-long interview. We went for an hour and a half, and I'm telling you, thank you so much for letting me go that long. Guys, please go check out this channel. Watch some of those videos. You will not, I promise, you will not be disappointed. You will not be disappointed.
Well, it is evolving too. We went from, myself doing paramotors to myself and the family doing adventures, and it's going on to evolving to others that we were finding out there that are doing adventures. And I actually seeing it going, some of the videos doing more of a documentary style on adventurous type people. I've got something in the works for next year of following an off-road racing team and
Oh, wow.
doing a little documentary with them, showing their journey of building up to the race and into the race. I think it's going to be really cool. So I don't know if I'm that good to do something like that, but hey, I wouldn't mind trying.
I think you need to put your feet in the water on
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah.
Lakes does want to know, do they make adaptive paramotor gear?
Adaptive.
So if you have some physical disabilities or some challenges, can they be adapted?
Oh, yeah. Yep. There's schools out there that actually help with disabled individuals. Like I said, there's the foot launch, there's the trikes with the 3-wheeler, and then the carts with the 4 wheels. And there's actually a volunteer group out there, Resurgence PPG, that is actually taking donations to help folks that are coming out of the service to be able to fly, to help them as a disabled vet.
So
Yeah,
Lakes is
for
letting
sure.
you know he's a bilateral above the knee amputee.
Okay.
So both of his legs above the
Oh, yeah.
knee are not there, but it was a something he had from birth, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, with the paramotor and using a trike or a cart, there is no, well, I wouldn't say no. There'd be some steering that you would have to do, but most of that could be done in the wing. But I know there's some trainers out there that can adapt those carts to the need. I think there's one guy that's actually I think one guy they actually designed a throttle that goes in his mouth, that he actually run the throttle with his tongue or something. I can't quite remember, but no, there's possibilities out there. You just have to reach out to some of the trainers, and if they can't do it, they probably know someone that can.
Yeah, Michael Benny thinks we should all fly motor gliders for a while and throw the FAA off for a bit.
Well,
Yeah, yes, I don't
You-
think I will, but you guys go ahead. I'll film
when
it.
you fly paramotors, it's considered an ultralight, so you don't actually need a license for it, but you do have to follow FAA regulations.
Mm. Anytime we're in the sky, guys. Oh God, rigor mortis wingsuits. What are we looking up for, guys?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
When you're flying ultralights or paramotors, do you have to have a radio on you?
No, legally, no, we don't.
Do you need a remote ID?
Nope.
There you go. I want to do that so bad. I would love to try wingsuiting. See, I think all of our FPVers, they just love that. They would love that. I'm not sitting here going, oh my God. So, excuse me so much, selling all my quads I'm in. What's the ceiling? How high can you fly?
Legally, I think it's 18,000, but you won't get above 12 without oxygen, around 10 or 12.
Right.
Remember Icarus.
Yeah, please do
Yep.
not burn yourself up. So they can go up 18,000 feet.
I believe so. I think it's 18,000, depending on.
We're only allowed to go 400 feet up. Oh boy, I think the FAA is really overreaching the drone regs. However, other than flying around public buildings or within 5 miles of an airport, doubt an issue. Okay, Ed, thank you. So anyway, guys, thanks for coming in. Thanks for watching. Please go and check out X Country Adventure. Go and watch watch him flying with
Mhm.
a little thing and a big fan on his back, because that's what I thought it was. I thought
That's
you
what it
built
is.
it yourself. I thought, oh my God, look what he's doing. So I had to watch, of course, the whole thing because I had to know what was going on. But it is something that I do think you guys would love to watch, and then go watch those Dune ones. You can tell that he puts time into what he's doing and what he's putting out there. And it's just something for us to take a look at. And also remember that, you know, as we expand our communities, who would have known X Country? He does drones. You know, he's a drone flyer. So he is absolutely wonderful for our community. And X Country Adventures, I hope you'll let us do this again at some point.
Yeah, for
It
sure.
was so much fun.
It was.
I so appreciate it. Okay, so the panel, if you want to stay here, I'm going to say goodbye to everyone. Bye, guys. Don't forget tomorrow, 7 o'clock, Val's Life, just viewer chat. We're just going to be in talking. And then at 8:30 Eastern, we're going to be flying in Velocidrone. And I'm going to be trying out some new tricks. Well, basically just staying in the air. But for me, that's a new trick. And we're going to have a lot of fun talking and flying. So thank you all for coming in. And we shall see you tomorrow. Love you all. Bye.